Hi, I'm Sylvanian and I make videos about Sylvanian families, also known as Calico critters, and I recently made a big purchase from Kobee Japan, mainly for getting this Misty Forest Mushroom House. My camera has to be quite far away just to get this in frame, as it is a big box. From my anniversary collection book, this says it was released in 1997 as part of the second wave of Misty Forest sets. I've always loved this set and lusted after it, so when I saw it for sale on Kobee Japan, I knew I had to get it. The packaging has that lovely Misty Forest rainbow watercolour effect and illustrated designs around the edge. There's also this sticker which says a gift for you. I'm not quite sure where that is from or why it's on there. On this side, it shows everything included in the set, which isn't that many pieces. The back shows some of the different features, like places for the babies to sit, and also how it fits into the wider nature land with the tomato house, which I also own. There is some text up here, which I will translate. And on this side, it's just the main promo image again, with the fairies, babies and children. The bottom has a bit of safety information on and says that this is from 1997. And on the top, it has a carry handle and the Misty Forest logo. So let's open this up. So there's one bag of pieces, and the main piece is bubble wrapped for safety. And I'll move the camera a bit closer. Okay, I knew that it was missing the leaflet book, but I've seen scans of that online, so it wasn't important to me to have that. Everything else seems to be here, so I'll start by opening the bag of small pieces. There are a few different fencing pieces which have a strawberry design on. There are two of these smaller ones that look like one big swirl with two strawberries. They are cream, but the strawberries are pink with green leaves. They aren't painted on the other side though. Then there are two of these larger ones. These have 5 strawberries on and also a flower at the end, and I believe these are kind of the main entrance to the mushroom house. Again, the strawberries are only painted on one side, but the flower is painted all the way around. So I'll put those in. Okay, that looks better. We also have a leaf piece, which I think is to be used as a shelf or sort of sitting area for the babies, and that goes into this beanstalk here. So the mushroom house itself, as you would expect from the name, has a kind of living area as well as a garden and extra accessories. At the front, there is this kind of chopped off tree trunk, which can be used as a sort of sitting or viewing area, and that's where the fencing goes. That has a bit of protection from the sun or rain with this pink mushroom. This part on the side spins round and has the same flower details as on the end of the fences. It looks like some kind of lily on the bottom, and it spins round to be a fun little game, maybe for the babies. If I take this fence out, then you can see the leaves as well. I'm not sure how wobbly this is meant to be, but that's all part of the fun. The next part is this beanstalk. So there are leaves as well as the one that we put in, so one here and up there, as well as actual beans or maybe peas growing off it. I like how this kind of creates an arch shape to go over the stairs. Then I think the house itself is meant to look like another tree stump with some mushrooms growing out of the top. Two of these are large and have windows, and then there are a couple of others as well. I really like the overall colour scheme of pinks and oranges. It's very warm and autumnal to me. And before I spin it round, there is also a door which has an adorable mushroom cutout, as well as painted parts to look like the metal hinges on a door. So let's turn this round. I think the back is less interesting than the front, so we'll probably not display it this way round, but it's still worth showing. Bottom part is a whole room, and they've still done the painted details on the inside of the door, and there is quite a bit of room. The two mushrooms make more rooms, so I suppose the babies would come up the steps here, and I'm not quite sure how they'd reach the top one. And the beanstalk details carry on round here as well. I like how there's two different shades of brown, as it makes it look more realistic. The other larger piece in this set is a kind of flower tunnel. So this has a brown kind of flooring, as well as the cream swirly parts to match the fences, or rather the fences probably match this. There are some strawberries on this side entrance which are painted. Then some more flowers on the back, I'm guessing to match the swing thing. And various exits, as well as a smaller one on this end. So you can see how it goes from a large entrance to a small one. Box art shows the tunnel facing this way, which does kind of fit. There's a gap at the base, but I'm not quite sure where it's going. To me, it makes more sense for them to be set up like this, where the tunnel is a grand entrance to the mushroom house. In reality, I'll probably just put these up separately, but both are nice pieces. There are also two pieces of furniture in this set. Both are shaped like walnuts. There is a little chair, which has the walnut shell on the outside, and then a seat on the inside. I think it's meant to go this way. Yeah, it's flat on the base and has a really nice textured design around the shell part. The second item is a bed, and I think the walnut shape is much more obvious with this one. It has the same textured pattern on the base with some smooth rockers, and then on the inside it could definitely be a walnut nut as the mattress, and then a little kind of bean shaped pillow. This is quite small, so it would have to be for babies or maybe the modern newborns. These could probably go on the inside of the house, but as I mentioned, I'll probably be displaying it this way around. So I'll maybe put the seat on this trunk part here, and the bed can just go at the front. So that is the fairy mushroom house. As this is part of the Misty Forest series, I feel like we need to have some fairies in here. These are just some random ones from about the same era from a variety of sets. Maybe the sleeping one could go in the bed, a sitting one on one of the leaves, and this little green one could just go up here. I think this is a lovely set, and I'm so happy to have it in my collection after lusting after it for years. The colours are really soft and natural, and I think it will look great on my fairy shelf. As for comparisons, I think the obvious one is to the new Mushroom House, released as part of the revamped fairy range in 2025. Straight away, you can see that the colours on the modern Mushroom House are much more saturated, with bright green floor rather than the brown. The other obvious difference is the size. The 90s Mushroom House is really quite large, with multiple floors to the house, whereas the modern one is a tiny home. The old one has more painted details, like the difference between the doors, and if I turn the modern one around, You can see that there is moulding, but it's just not painted. The modern one did come with some accessories as well, and I showed them in more detail in my unboxing of this set. That one also came with one of the modern fairies. This is the Mushroom Fairy, who is very cute and has more detail than the old Misty Forest fairies. I think I will always love the Misty Forest fairies more, but she is still very cute and maybe brings a touch of brightness to the old Misty Forest house. So I'll just move this newer one to the side. And where should the Mushroom Fairy go? Maybe at the front here. And I'll bring in some more babies as well. Okay, so I brought in some flower and nature themed babies to try and fit the theme, as well as another Misty Forest Fairy too. I think the modern figures look good with this set too, and the brighter colours can really shine, which is nice. I am excited to get this set up on my shelf, though I might have to move the campsite section I have to make space and do a bit of rearranging. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that get set up in a video, and also what you think of this mushroom house. I hope it was helpful to see in more detail if you're considering getting it, though this and all the Misty Forest items are a bit harder to come by nowadays. As I mentioned, I bought this from Kobee Japan, which is my favourite place to get older Japanese items. In the interest of transparency, it cost me £140, which meant I had to pay a customs charge on entry to the UK, but I bought a few other items as well, and I was still happy to pay that as I have wanted this set for a long time. So as always, thank you for watching this video along with any others I've posted this year. I really do appreciate the viewers and community that we have. If you like Sylvanian families, then subscribe to my channel as I post videos every week about all things Sylvanian, including unboxings like this, as well as hauls, news and setups.